I think university is a time where you find yourself. This is a time where I've truly learnt my potential and what I'm capable of.
We had 24 students from the University of Newcastle come along to Borneo. We spent 3 days in the Borneo jungle and we looked at orangutans and their habitat. It was amazing.
The skills that I've gained over those years and even watched and reflected on how much I've learnt, it amazes me.
I'm the first one in my family to graduate. My dad always said to me, he said, only brain can make a man. That means only knowledge can make a man. And I always had, the voice of my dad in the back of my head, saying that I could do it. Graduation was a major achievement in my life.
I started the university as an able-bodied kid, and then I had an accident after my second year. So that dream as a young kid from a disadvantaged background of throwing that cap and gown into it almost puts a tear in my eye of having that sense of achievement.
I was doing some volunteer work. One of the volunteer boss said to me that if you really like helping people, why don't you become a nurse? I want graduates to be bold, be courageous, and be your best.
I think it is very important to focus on your purpose because there will be a lot of issues, a lot of challenges facing ahead, and being able to overcome each time, I think it's what's important.
It's a wonderful feeling to be an alumni. You have this connection with other alumni, other students who have graduated.
Not just national, but also it's global scale.
Having a community behind you is probably the greatest thing you can have, apart from your family and friends, because really it's just a bigger version of them.
A family that is now around the world.
We've all come together as one, and we're all going to be lifelong friends.
I just enjoy the moment.
Words can't describe it.
It lasts a few seconds, but you really will remember it forever.
The world is your oyster. You really don't know what it's going to be tomorrow. You don't know what it's going to be the next day, but take every single opportunity that comes your way.
Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations, graduates.
Welcome to our global alumni community.
Welcome graduates and guests to this very special occasion. To comply with safety regulations, I'd like to point out the emergency exits which are located at the back and at the front of the Great Hall. Please note your nearest green emergency exit. For those with small children, there is a soundproof crying room located at the rear of the Great Hall. The ushers in the hall will be happy to assist you if you need to access the crying room. A professional photographer will photograph each graduate as they cross the stage, and a copy of this photograph will be available to all graduates to access and share via their Facebook page. Portrait photography is also available at the graduate reception in the Brennan Room after the ceremony. As a courtesy to everyone in the room, we ask that you please switch your mobile phones to silent. At the conclusion of today's ceremony, we will instruct each graduate and your guests when it's time to leave your seats. Graduates, in May, you will be sent an invitation to complete the Graduate Outcomes Survey. This gathers feedback on your higher education experience to improve the experience of future students. We strive to provide the best university experience possible for our students, but this cannot be achieved without your valuable feedback. We would appreciate you watching for an email to your university account so that you can assist us with this. Some of the terminology used in today's ceremony may be unfamiliar to you. To assist in your appreciation of the graduation ceremony, we have provided a history of graduation and an explanation of the terms in the graduation booklet. The academic procession will enter the Great Hall in a few moments. When the procession enters, could you please rise and remain standing for the singing of the Australian National Anthem. At the conclusion of the ceremony, please rise when the dais party rises and remain standing until the dais party and the graduates have left the hall. We hope you enjoy this very special occasion. Thank you.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this very special graduation ceremony. On behalf of the University of Newcastle, I respectfully acknowledge the traditional custodians, the Pembalong clan of the Awabakal people, on whose traditional land this campus is located, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and future. As presiding officer of this ceremony and a graduate of some years ago, I am honoured to be here to be able to celebrate this major milestone in your academic journey. Each of our university's graduates is unique, and each year through these ceremonies we celebrate their success. This year's graduates are indeed an inspiration. Before me sits a group of people whose determination and resilience is remarkable by any measure. We all know that the past 2 years have been unprecedented. The pandemic has had a profound impact on every person in this room. And the crisis came right on the heels of major natural disasters of floods and fires, which had already taken a toll on many of our students. This ceremony acknowledges your drive and determination to succeed. Graduates, today you take with you a degree from one of the finest institutions in the world. Newcastle is acknowledged for delivering excellence in education to some 39,000 students. Our degree programs are designed to prepare you for life and work after you graduate and connect you with your industries and communities. Similarly, our research is focused on delivering impact and innovation with a steady focus on working with partners to support the development of our region. The university's focus on excellence in education and research sits hand in glove with a long-held commitment to equity. We offer the opportunity of education to students from all walks of life who have talent and determination. 1/4 of our students are from low socio-economic background, and we have the largest number of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students of any Australian university. We are proud of every student, and we are committed to providing the best learning environment and opportunities to help them realise their potential. Today's celebration on the completion of your study marks another important milestone, your entry into the University of Newcastle's global alumni network, and you are in very good company. One example is Peter Cockbain. Peter left school when he was 15 and got a lot of practical experience in the workplace before he joined our university as a mature age student at 26 to complete a Bachelor of Science Electrical Engineering. Peter is one of Australia's most highly regarded and influential engineers. He is the co-founder of AMP Control, one of Australia's largest privately owned electrical engineering companies, and is a distinguished entrepreneur, innovator and philanthropist. At the start of the pandemic, AMP Control responded to the New South Wales Government call to arms, and in just 18 days designed and delivered a fully functional emergency ventilator prototype. What an outstanding contribution to pivot from a business focused on infrastructure and energy engineering to medical equipment in just a matter of days. You are now united with achievers like Peter and the people sitting around you as an alumni of this university. Our network of passionate and talented alumni stretches across the world, comprising 161,000 members in 152 countries. You now have access to this global alumni community, along with opportunities for ongoing learning, professional development, and personal enrichment. We look forward to watching you flourish in your career. Look ahead with confidence, knowing you will always be part of the University of Newcastle. Today is the culmination of many years of hard work, and this ceremony is a symbol of all you've experienced and achieved during your time here at the university. This includes an acknowledgement of the support of your family and friends who have been with you every step of the way on your journey to today. To family and friends, we sincerely thank you for the important role you have played in reaching this important milestone. I now call on the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Alex Zielinski, to introduce today's occasional speaker.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Let me begin by saying welcome. It's great to have everyone here tonight. This is our last graduation of the week, number 12. Best for last, I think, and it's wonderful to have you here. It's a relatively small group. We've had a little bit of effect of COVID on the attendance, but we're glad you're here and welcome back to the university. I know it's been a tough 2 years, and we hope this attendance tonight is not your last time. And as alumni, you'll always be associated with our university, and you're always welcome back and have an association with us. And to family and friends and who are here to celebrate, great to have you here. This is a public institution, a university for the community, and you're always welcome here as well. And I think it's a small group, so let's really show some enthusiasm and support when your member of your family walks across the stage, and feel free to clap loudly or even whoop or yell out something, words of encouragement, because I know how proud, we all know how proud you are, because they really have done something special. And tonight we're here in the Great Hall, and the Great Hall is a community-based centre in the sense that it was built by the Hunter community, brick by brick, people donating money to purchase a brick. So that was back in 1965 the campaign started, and here we have this wonderful building. Our next public campaign is going to be for Alumni House down in the city, and we asked the community to get behind that. That building will be for the alumni to gather, to celebrate their achievements, and also to use it as a meeting place for activities for their own businesses, etc. So we think that's going to be a very important next step for the university as we build out our engagement with the community. So hope you can get behind that project as well as you've got behind the university in general. But tonight, it's my great pleasure to invite Mr. Barney Collins to deliver the occasional address. Barney is an award-winning architect who shaped Newcastle's architecture. His landmark projects include the University of Newcastle's New Space building down there on Hunter Street, and the Newcastle Memorial Walk, a wonderful structure. And both these structures have brought home 4 awards at the Australian Institute of Architecture Newcastle Awards in 2018 and 2016 National Award for Engineering Excellence at the Australian Engineering Excellence Awards. Wonderful work. Along with his work at New Space, which quickly sparked the remaking of the physical and cultural centre of Newcastle, Barney wrote the Conservation Management Plan for University House, or Nesca House as some people know it, on the corner of Auckland and King Streets. And New Space has given Newcastle a focal point and has become a great gathering space, allowing the university to add life to the inner city of Newcastle. And that's where we're hoping to build Alumni House, very close to that, across the street. In 1989, Barney headed the team that restored Newcastle Christchurch Cathedral, bringing this inner city redevelopment and religious building design expertise to the repair and restoration of the earthquake-damaged building. Barney has been a director of EJE Architecture since 1987. I'm delighted that Barney is able to join us on this very special occasion for our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a very warm welcome to Mr. Barney Collins to deliver the occasional address.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor, for that lovely introduction and welcome. I'm a descendant of at least 4 English-Irish convicts. One from the First Fleet, one from the Second Fleet, and 2 in the 1820s. I've lived my whole life on Awabakal country, and I pay my respects to elders past, present and future. Today is an important day in your life. Not today as in the day you graduated from your degree, although this is an important day. The today I'm talking about is today, and the today after this today, and the today after that one, all the way through to your final today. From today forward, you will have so many todays, and all of them will be of the utmost importance, because what you do today is what matters. The past is the past, and you learn from that. And the future, you can always dream and plan for. But today, you are in control of what you do and the choices you make. Today influences your future. I've always said you make your own luck. I'll give you an example. On a today I had not long ago, in fact the 12th of March 2022 to be exact, I was doing something that a lot of us do on our todays now. I was doing the Wordle for the day. Like many of us, I'm a big Wordle strategist, and for those of us who are devoted to the game, you'll know that what you use as your first word is very important. Usually I use a word with a lot of vowels in it. Get them out of the way quickly, I say. Might be audio, aisle, irate. But on that today, the 12th of March, for whatever reason, I decided to use the word today as my first word, and there it was, staring back at me. I got it on the first go. I don't think I'll reproduce that very often. I occasionally get it in 2. More often it's a 3 or a 4, and luckily thus far I haven't got it. I haven't missed it. I've got it before the 6th line, so I'm very happy with that. That was a great day, a lucky day. But if I wasn't in the game, I wouldn't have had the luck. And that's what I talk about when I say you make your own luck. My career has been about making my own luck. I do that by seizing the day every day with 3 things that guide me: passion, love, and humility. Passion is probably a word you've heard flogged over and over again, particularly through your studies. And I know it must seem like a bit of a stereotype, but for me it's true. I'm not decaf. I'm very much espresso. Passion is what kick-started my journey up the architectural ladder at the age of 12. Yes, 12. That's when I decided that I wanted to be an architect. I grew up in Merewether, a beach suburb of Newcastle, in a weatherboard house on Rowan Crescent. It was just an ordinary street then. It was called Rowan Street. As it developed, they turned it into a Rowan Crescent and built very expensive houses in it. I have Newcastle in my DNA, no question about that. That's why I've lived here the whole of my life. At Catholic Mass on a Sunday, I couldn't hold a tune. My whole family were very musical. I'm totally 100% tone deaf. But from a very early age, I knew my passion was visual, art, drawing, design. One day in my 12th year, I got it in my head that I wanted to be an architect. My dream job for the future, I thought. Having only a little idea of what an architect did, of course, being just a kid, I told my father of this flight of fancy. He was a very practical man, a fitter and turner by trade, worked at the BHP. He looked me in the eye and said, "If you want to be an architect, then do something about it right now, today." So I went about seeing what might happen. And a few weeks later, I had my first job, observing and assisting in the Newcastle architectural practice of Pitt and Pitt, which began many years before as Pitt and Merriweather. The Merriweather in that is the family name of why Merriweather was called Merriweather. The upside of that job, I got paid. And I worked there weekly, every school holidays, until I left high school. Working there, my passion flourished. I learnt everything from drafting, how to paint with watercolour, and most importantly, how architects worked and practiced. I mainly learnt from the beautiful drawings by the talented architect Nigel Bronte Pitt. Nigel had died at the age of 86 on one afternoon after he had finished work at the practice. And that was a couple of years before I'd actually started, so I never actually met the man. But I met him through his drawings. His drawings in plan, elevation and section and perspective and detail taught me so much. And even when I finished high school and started my architecture degree, I was lucky enough, my architecture degree at this university. Again, I said I never left. I remained close friends with Nigel's drawings. I was very lucky to be able to get access to all of the drawings he had produced. Nigel's passion on those drawings was so clear. And when you looked at those drawings and then you looked at the beautiful buildings around Newcastle that he had designed and had constructed, no wonder my passion was sparked, and I clearly knew I wanted to continue to be an architect. My passion over the years has never ever waned. It's only ever grown. The University of Newcastle opened my eyes and my heart to architecture. It taught me different things that the drawings from Nigel Pitt could teach me. It taught me far more interesting things about design, about structure, about construction. Like Nigel, I never intend to stop working. I always joke that my career is just starting, and I truly believe that the best design I'll do is the next one, not the last one. That's passion, love. Now, it goes hand in hand with passion, and most people often mistakenly assume that it's the same thing. Passion is an intense enthusiasm and a compulsion that propels you to do something, design something, make something, or say something. It's something deeply internal that drives you. Love, in my view, is even more sweeping than that. It's a network of joy, affection, and goodness. And that's a wonderful thing to be part of. It's human to human. It's about place, and it's about the world. I truly believe that using love as a guiding tool for architecture or any professional practice is a value of the utmost importance. How can you design with love? How can you build software with love? How can you manage a team or hold a board meeting or listen to the demanding needs of a particularly stubborn client with love? The key is it's all about understanding place and the humanity of the people around you. Not only that, enjoying the success of others very deeply. Working towards a common goal of happiness and satisfaction. This may seem like a big and abstract idea, but if you look at the scheme of your own life, I'm sure you will find examples. The love I have for my career has always worked in tandem with my wife's achievements in a very different field. In fact, medicine. She's a general practitioner and has 4 degrees, which is one more than me. So I've got a lot to achieve yet. We met on this campus, right, almost 50 years ago. We still feel as young as we did the day we met, when we were both 17 years old. When Louise succeeds because of her passion for what she does, I feel like I've succeeded, and vice versa. And because of the love we share and our mutual love of the paths we've taken, every milestone seems that much sweeter. I think there's a myth that a career is something that is entirely yours, that you have to grind and break your back on your own to get somewhere. I think it's the opposite. A thriving career should build from community, and that's exactly what I think has happened over the course of mine and EJE Architectures. I'm a director, and I've worked for a company called EJE Architecture for the last 14 years. We currently employ around 90 people in the fields of architecture, interior design, and with our sister company, Terrace Landscape Architecture. 10% of those people are current students of the University of Newcastle. In fact, more than 60% of our staff graduated from Newcastle. Each and every one of our company directors, of which there are 10, graduated from this very institution. And there's a little interesting correlation there. 10 directors, 10 current students of the university, so that each director has the responsibility of a current student. And that's how we train people to advance in our business and take over our business from us. It's about succession planning, and that 10 is a really key to that. If we get 11 directors, we will have 11 students. Each of those directors, in their own time, has decided to build the business. I was just one of the bricks in the wall helping to build the business. So they all chose to do that because they had a love of Newcastle. They had a love of the ideas that we share with each other, the love of fostering new talent and watching the passions of the next generation grow and challenge us. Which leads me to humility. Humility is not easy, particularly for architects, I can tell you. Ego is a very, very important thing of what we have, but controlling that sometimes is an interesting dilemma. Can you see how passion, love and humility can be linked in a self-sustaining cycle? I've been lucky enough to do some pretty amazing things throughout my career in EJE Architecture. As an architect and working as an architect, I've been able to travel to places like Fiji, Mauritius, Papua New Guinea, Dubai, Brazil, Great Britain, Europe and North America. And that's all out of having a practice in Newcastle. I've been able to grow with EJE and the nature of the work that we've been involved in, from small heritage restorations, schools, huge industrial buildings and amazing projects like Anzac Memorial Walk, as the Vice-Chancellor told you, the new Kingsley Hotel opposite Sydney Park, and of course the university's new space building in City Campus, a building that has changed the face of Newcastle, as Nigel Pitt's buildings changed the face of Newcastle. I've met so many amazing people and faced many, many challenging problems, but I still feel very young and I still have a lot to learn. I don't ever want to grow up, which my parents told me I should a long time ago, but I never have. I love what I do and how it makes me feel. I learn so much from young employees at EJE, and I'm so grateful that I get to work with them. So don't ever feel like you're less than someone who's older, more experienced or more widely read. As long as you work with passion, love, humility, and join in the conversations, you will do great things. One of my favourite architects was a Scottish man called Charles Rennie Mackintosh. In 1901, he made this statement: "There is hope in honest error, none in the icy perfections of the mere stylist." Think about it. There is hope in honest error, none in the icy perfections of the mere stylist. I hope you take what you've learnt from Newcastle University and everything you've learnt thus far in your life and use it today, and the today after that, and the today after that, and all of your todays that will come. Thank you.
Thank you, Barney, for a outstanding and inspirational speech for our graduating cohort and for the rest of us here in the audience today. Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to a very important aspect of this ceremony. For this, I'm going to ask to all of our graduates if you could please stand, including our high degrees. Okay. As presiding officer of this ceremony, I now officially confer awards to all those candidates who have fulfilled the conditions for admission of that award. Please join me in applauding the wonderful achievements of our graduates. Graduates, please be seated. I now call on Professor Thomas Nahn, Head of the School of Information and Physical Sciences, to present today's graduates.
Presiding Officer, I present to you the candidates who have fulfilled the conditions for admission to awards of this university. Doctor of Philosophy graduates have undertaken a program of independent supervised study for the equivalent of up to 4 years of full-time study. These graduates have produced significant and original research outcomes, culminating in a thesis which has been independently examined by external experts of international standing. Today, the university is proud to honor graduates who have satisfied the rigorous criteria for the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Presiding Officer, I present to you Matthew Cole. Dr. Cole's thesis is entitled Optimizing the Hydrodynamic Performance of the Reflux Flotation Cell. Dr. Cole. Hassan Degani Akbola. Dr. Degani Akbola thesis is entitled Analysis and Modeling of Opinion Dynamics in Social Networks. Dr. Degani Akbola. Michael Jeffrey. Dr. Jeffrey's thesis is entitled A Preliminary Large-Scale Validation of the Stochastic Approach for Discontinuity Shear Strengths. Dr. Jeffrey. Steffi Tiborgius. Dr. Tiborgius' thesis is entitled Smart Drug Delivery Systems Based on Core Shell Silica Nanomaterials for Prostate Cancer. Dr. Tiborgius. Muslim Uddin. Dr. Uddin's thesis is entitled Advanced Model Predictive Control for AC Drives with Common Mode Voltage Mitigation. Dr. Uddin. John Welch. Dr. Welch's thesis is entitled Investigating Deep Brain Stimulation as a Tool to Prevent Secondary Neurodegenerative Following Stroke. Dr. Welch. Congratulations to these higher degree by research graduates. Presiding Officer, I now present graduates who have satisfied the requirements for a postgraduate award. Graduating with a Master of Architecture with Distinction, Kate Glanville. Patrick Lovell Davis. Graduating with a Master of Architecture, Brady Ainsworth. Shi King Chan. KG Judy Ko. Wilson McDowell. Nikolina Milinkovic. Graduating with a Master of Disaster Resilience and Sustainable Development with distinction, Irina Acosta. Graduating with a Master of Environmental Management and Sustainability with distinction, Ruth Madden. Graduating with a Master of Environmental Management and Sustainability, Jessica McCreary. Graduating with a Master of Information Technology with distinction, Sayed bin Hossein. Graduating with a Master of Information Technology, Bo Chen. Navreet Kaur. Nikhil Saini. Graduating with a Master of Materials Science and Engineering with distinction, Vibin Perumal Sami. Graduating with a Master of Materials Science and Engineering, Ian Chirchir Bargoria. Graduating with a Master of Professional Engineering Environmental with distinction, Wendy Cadelago. Graduating with a Master of Professional Engineering Mechanical, Snehalbun Vabarv Patel. Graduating with a Graduate Certificate in Disaster Risk Reduction, Belinda Leibert. Graduating with a Graduate Certificate in Project Management for the Built Environment, Heather Kember. Raymond Stoddart. Robert Tyler. Presiding Officer, I now present graduates who have satisfied the requirements for an undergraduate award. Graduating with a Bachelor of Biomedical Science Honours with Honours Class 1, Isaac Findlay. Graduating with a Bachelor of Computer Science and a Bachelor of Information Technology, Thomas Milton. Graduating with a Bachelor of Computer Science, Sean Arora. Brody Critch. Jake Harrington. Lachlan Jacques. Jacob Metcalf. Bethany Page. Ethan Sargensen. Graduating with a Bachelor of Construction Management Building and Honours with Honours Class 1, Adam Duggan. Jack Garland. Lachlan Herbert. Connor Mace. Matthew McMullen. Zachary Rich. And Michael Stern. Graduating with a Bachelor of Construction Management Building and Honours with an Honours Class 2, Division 1, Thomas Barwise. Bodie Cope. Christopher Farrell. Daniel Ilieski. Declan Keegan. Daniel O'Donnell. Agnes Peters. Nathan Swain. Brent Young. Graduating with a Bachelor of Construction Management, Building Honours with an Honours Class 2, Division 2, Charmaine Chelin. Mitchell Ellsworthy. Jacob Field. Curtis Forbes. Matthew McMahon. Ryan O'Donnell. And Henil Shah. Graduating with a Bachelor of Construction Management, Building and Honours, Jake Felix. Scott Hunter. Hannah Millard. Stephanie Poole. Graduating with a Bachelor of Design, Architecture with distinction, Chloe Gessler. Bethany Simmons. Colin James Bentley. Alexandra Cullingford. Amy Downing. Laura Flindle. Jumpi Limura. Wesley Osmond. Liam Render. Raina Singh. Hang Sun. Okay, that's a long one. Graduating with a Bachelor of Engineering, Honours and Computer with Honours Class 2, Division 2 and a Bachelor of Computer Science with distinction, Tony Jackson. Graduating with a Bachelor of Medical Radiation Science with Honours Diagnostic Radiography, Daniel Green. Nitu Lote. Youssef Majzoub. Graduating with a Bachelor of Nutrition and Dietetics with honors, Bailey Houston. Madeline Stone. Graduating with a Bachelor of Oral Health Therapy, Sari Adabi Firozi Jai. Graduating with a Bachelor of Science, Hakim Basajar. Presiding Officer, that concludes the presentation of graduates.
Thank you, Professor Nahn. We'll now enjoy a musical interlude by Abby Yale and Terence Koo performing Rise Up by Andra Day. Terence is a graduate and Abby is a current student in our music program. Thank you to Abby and Terence for that wonderful performance. I now invite Bodie Cope, who is graduating today with a Bachelor of Construction Management Building Honours with Honours Class 2 Division 1, to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the Council, staff of the University, families and friends of graduates, and most importantly, graduates. I'd like to say thank you for this opportunity to speak on behalf of my graduating cohort. It is truly an honour to represent such an amazing group of whom I've had the pleasure completing university with. Well, what can I say? What a journey it has been. All of us here tonight set out on this venture from various points in our life, aspiring to achieve one common goal that will enable us to accomplish our desires in life. Whether we are here graduating from architecture, the built environment, engineering or computer science, that goal we set out to achieve has now been achieved. Cue the sigh of relief. Even though some of us may have procrastinated until the night before an assignment was due and came a little too close to that deadline than we'd perhaps like to admit, I can confirm those long nights were worth it. Those sacrifices we made were worth it. Now, as we reflect on our time at university and reminisce about the good times, from Autonomy Day, the $7 bakehouse deal, great parking, and amazing friends we have made along the way, I urge everyone to reflect on your personal growth. From the first time you set foot on this campus, to not having a clue where to go or where to begin, to now. For myself, I know that I would have never dreamt of being on stage in front of all of you giving a speech. And my family here today can vouch for me, that 4 or so years ago, I would have passed up this opportunity and given in to my introverted nature. But here I am, 1 degree down, standing here, so grateful for everything the University of Newcastle has given me. So I know I speak on behalf of my graduating cohort when I say I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to the University of Newcastle for providing myself and my peers the opportunity to achieve the goals we set out to do. By providing us quality education, for facilitating such a positive learning environment, and for allowing us to foster our growth in professionalism and education into the next chapter of our lives. Now, I know all of this would not be possible without each of our unique support network that have enabled us to achieve this goal. Providing moral support, assisting us through those breakdowns, and realigning us with our goal to provide that extra motivation to get us across the line has been critical to our success. So, to those parents, partners, friends, families, and everyone in between, your support cannot be understated. So for this, I thank you. Finally, I would like to extend a massive congratulations to you. You have done it. Each of you sitting here tonight, this is what we've all been waiting for. You have achieved what sometimes may have seemed impossible. You have overcome the many adversities I'm sure university and life has thrown at you, by never losing sight of that dream. Now, as we prepare ourselves for the next chapter in our lives, this is the time to reflect on all that work. Be proud and believe in yourself moving forward. There is nothing you cannot conquer. Gandhi once said, "Live as if you were to die tomorrow, learn as if you were to live forever." So, as we turn this page, remember, even Gandhi loved a night out. Do what you do well, but never take life too seriously. Thank you and congratulations.
Thanks, Bodie, for a brilliant speech on behalf of your fellow students and graduates. I hope you've enjoyed today's ceremony and thank you for joining the university community in the celebration of the awarding of degrees. Before I declare the ceremony concluded, I ask the graduates, could you all please remain seated? And for everyone else, if you could stand and join me in applauding the wonderful achievement of our students. I now declare the ceremony concluded. Please join us now for the graduate reception in the Brennan Room, continuing to celebrate this special event together. Students, go and celebrate and do some good.